South Africa, the blind cannot lead the blind, lest they both fall into the pit. The point being, when you are following something, you want to ensure that what you are following, what you are listening to, what you are watching, what you are busy paying attention to is the truth. Otherwise, the result is that you'll fall into a pit. So what I want to do in this video is I want to discuss just what I've been witnessing and seeing on social media regarding the EFF. Like you guys well know, today is the 23rd of January and it is Julius Malema's pre-sentencing hearing that is going to be taking place in East London, if I have that correctly, based upon the firearm charges that he has been found guilty of. And what I've been seeing on social media has been absolutely astounding. Before I get into that, like this video. Let's see if we can get this video up to at least 150 likes so we can get this video out to as many young people within this beautiful country as possible, so that the young people of this nation can be empowered, can be equipped and positioned to make the best of the life that they've been blessed with, irrespective of what is ultimately happening beside them. So I want to dive into just what I've been noticing on social media, as well as just give some thoughts, some call to actions that I think will be very useful and helpful to every single South African watching this video, every person that is residing within this beautiful country of South Africa. So also subscribe for true empowerment and let's dive in. So like you guys well know, late last year, Julius Malema was found guilty on multiple firearm charges and his pre-sentencing is happening today, the 23rd of January. Now, what I've been witnessing and observing and seeing on social media is a truckload of EFF supporters that are basically implying that they are standing in solidarity with their leader, etc., etc. So my question is simply this. I thought that our loyalty in South Africa is towards doing what is right in and for the country of South Africa. I didn't think that our loyalty is towards personalities. So my question is, where is your loyalty today? For many folks in this country, their loyalty is towards either their tradition or towards their culture or towards their race or towards their political inclinations, etc. And my hope is that our loyalty will be much rather, number one, towards God. Number two, that our loyalty would be towards pursuing eternal wisdom and truth. That our loyalty would be towards that which is good, that which is right, that which is true, that which is praiseworthy, that which is noble. That's where our loyalty should ultimately lie. And I wasn't planning on doing this, but I feel like I quickly need to do this. There's a beautiful verse in the scriptures in Proverbs chapter 11. I'll quickly turn there right now. So just allow me to go there. I didn't prepare this now in advance, but we got this verse this morning. And it says this, Proverbs chapter 11, verse 7, it says, hopes placed in mortals die with them. All the promise of their power comes to nothing. Yes, what a powerful verse. Hopes placed in mortals die with them, and all their promise of power comes to nothing. This is what we have seen throughout history, where people come along and they promise certain things which is impossible to ultimately fulfill. And people, get led astray and they get pulled into a massive pit, and it's just absolutely disastrous. Our hope should be in God and in the plan that He has for our lives. Plans to prosper us, not to harm us, plans to give us a hope and a future. But hopes placed in mortals die with them, because why? People are fallible. People make mistakes. People sin. People city potmas, right? Like they make mistakes. This is a part of life. So our hope is supposed to be in God, because whatever God has promised is most guaranteed to come to pass, right? When His word goes out, it never returns back void or empty. It always sets out and achieves everything it's supposed to achieve. So my real hope is that our loyalty as a country would be, first of all, to God, and then second of all, it would be towards our country, right? So God first, and then from that perspective, we get to place South Africa first and be a blessing to this country and engage in activity that's going to actually build the country, fix the country, restore the country, etc., etc. That is my hope. That we would look past race, that we would look past the political parties, and that we would start focusing on fixing and rebuilding this beautiful country from the ground up. And you know where it starts? It starts with you as an individual taking responsibility for your own life, knowing that one day you and I will give an account to the one true living God. So my hope is, number one, that our loyalty would be towards God and our loyalty would be towards this country at the end of the day. So here's a couple of thoughts that I want to share with all of you. And the first one is simply this: you should walk away from your past, but it is an entirely different thing to stop thinking like your past. Like, we should be moving away from our past. Absolutely, yes. I mean, you can't live a successful, effective, efficient life driving in reverse your entire life. Like, at some point, you need to start looking through the windscreen that's in front of you so you can move forward, and now and then reference to the past. But your majority focus is focused on the present as well as the future moving forward. And therefore, not only do we need to leave our past, but we need to also do what? Stop the thinking of our past and start embracing a different way of thinking now moving forward, where we are going to pursue things that actually matter. We are going to prioritize that which is actually important based off of eternal principles and eternal wisdom at the end of the day. Number two over here, please note that it took the Israelites, who were slaves for 400 odd years in Egypt. I think you guys all know the story, right? Slaves for roughly around 400 odd years, plus minus. And then, God saw what's been happening. He sees like folks aren't, busy repenting over there. God raises up a deliverer called Moses. Moses goes and confronts the leader of the day, and they get delivered. In one night, they get delivered. And here's the point. It took the Israelites one night to leave Egypt, but 40 years for Egypt to leave them. What a powerful point, because freedom has a lot more to do with where you are located mentally compared to where you are located physically. Because the reality and the truth is that there are people that have suffered way more than what you've suffered, that have less than what you have, yet they are doing more than what you are doing. So it's got nothing to do with your circumstances. It's got to do with how you view your circumstances. Because again, you and I are not our circumstances. You and I are the decisions that you and I make on a daily basis. And God's grace is upon us in order to empower us, equip us, lead us, guide us, and show us the way we ought to ultimately take. It's there. The question is, will you respond to that grace that is upon your life, or will you continue to resort to complaining? Will you continue to resort to making up excuses? Will you continue to resort to just pointing the fingers at everybody else but yourself? Question. Okay, and then lastly, number three over here, which I feel is such an important one, and listen very carefully, and you might need to rewind this a couple of times to go back and forth here, but it says this: your mindset defines your experiences, not your circumstances. Very important. Your mindset defines your experiences and not your circumstances. Many people today think that it is their circumstances that define their experiences. No, my friend. Like I've shared before, there are some people that are doing worse than you, that have been through way worse than you, with less than what you have, doing more than what you have, and are living successful lives without being corrupt. So it's got nothing to do with the circumstances, and we're not trying to downplay the circumstances. We're just trying to help you to see the other side of the coin, to try and position you for great success moving forward by helping you to see that sometimes the problem isn't the problem. It's the way you and I think about the problem that's the problem. Because could it possibly be that your very problem that you are facing right now is your promotion, but you keep on seeing it as a problem, rather than allowing God to minister to you, to help you, to guide you, to lead you, to start turning that problem into the promotion moving forward. And that again is what I have to say to all of you here today. Hopefully you got something out of this video. If you did, please share this video far and wide. Subscribe for true empowerment, and also consider becoming a media partner of the William Moyses Show, where it's all about engaging with the current events, exposing the lies, and equipping, educating, and empowering you, the youth of this beautiful country, to become everything that God has called you to be, so that we can rebuild and fix this beautiful country from the ground up and empower South Africa to be the example to the world and the blessing to society that she's been created to be. And you play a part in that. So help us to remain independent, uncensored, and free in the media space by partnering with us today. There's a link in the description down there below, and I will, Lord willingly, see you in the next video. Thank you in advance, and may you have a beautiful and wonderful day further. And ultimately, may God's will be done today on earth as it is in heaven.